Get ready for a historic night in space exploration. Two of the biggest names in rocketry are teaming up to potentially break a record on the Space Coast. SpaceX and United Launch Alliance, ULA, are preparing for a rare doubleheader launch that could tie the annual record for orbital missions from this iconic space hub. But here's where it gets even more exciting. These launches are happening within hours of each other, showcasing the incredible pace of modern space endeavors. While SpaceX has dominated the launch scene this year, this event highlights a collaborative effort between the two giants. Just imagine, a SpaceX Falcon 9 and a ULA Atlas V rocket are positioned less than 2 miles apart at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, ready to light up the evening sky. First up is SpaceX's Starlink 6-81 mission, scheduled to deploy 29 satellites from Space Launch Complex 40 during a launch window spanning 6:08 to 10:08 p.m. This mission marks the fifth flight of the Falcon 9's first stage booster, which will attempt a recovery landing on the drone ship. Just read the instructions in the Atlantic Ocean, a feat that never gets old to watch. And this is the part most people miss. Just as SpaceX's window closes, ULA steps into the spotlight with the ViaSat-3 F2 mission, launching from Space Launch Complex 41 at 10:24 p.m. at the start of a 44-minute window. Weather conditions are looking nearly perfect, with a greater than 95% chance of favorable conditions for both launches, according to Space Launch Delta 45's Weather Squadron. But here's the controversial part: after this launch, all remaining Atlas V rockets are earmarked for either Amazon's Project Kuiper or Boeing's Starliner. Is this a sign of ULA shifting focus away from traditional satellite missions? Or is it a strategic move to corner the growing market for commercial spaceflight? Let us know what you think in the comments. If both rockets take flight, it will mark the 93rd launch of the year, tying the Space Coast record set in 2024. By the numbers, SpaceX will have flown 87 missions, ULA 5, and Blue Origin 1. Cape Canaveral's 3 active pads have handled 73 launches this year, with Kennedy Space Center's Launch Pad 39A managing the remaining 20. Interestingly, 4 of ULA's 5 launches have been Atlas V missions, with one launch of its new Vulcan rocket earlier this year. Speaking of Blue Origin, their New Glenn rocket made its debut in January and is slated for its second mission as early as Sunday, according to the FAA. Meanwhile, SpaceX has been the sole provider of human spaceflight missions from the Space Coast this year, with Crew 10, FRAM 2, X4, and Crew 11 under its belt. However, no additional crewed missions are scheduled until 2026. All of SpaceX's launches have relied on its workhorse Falcon 9 rocket, with no Falcon Heavy missions planned for the near future. Combined, SpaceX, ULA, and Blue Origin are on track to surpass 100 launches from the Space Coast before the year ends, a testament to the rapid advancement of space technology. But here's a thought-provoking question: with so many launches happening, are we reaching a point of oversaturation in low Earth orbit? Or is this the beginning of a new era in space accessibility? Share your thoughts below. 2025 Orlando Sentinel. Distributed by Tribune Content Agency, LLC. Citation: SpaceX, ULA line-up double launch night that would tie Space Coast record, 2025, November 6, retrieved November 6, 2025 from https://physics.org/news/2025-11-spacex-ula-line-night-space.html. This document is subject to copyright. Apart from any fair dealing for the purpose of private study or research, no part may be reproduced without the written permission. The content is provided for information purposes only.